So as I continue to keep doing that, the Patriots keep winning. But I did think the Saints were a trap, and it was. It was. I know they won, but it was a trap. And we saw what happened. Even the refs were in on it. I thought last week would be difficult, more because of the loss for the Falcons, 31-10 to the Dolphins, and just having a good showing. And if you look at it, they did. So I feel like I've been pretty dead on when it comes to the Patriots as far as my preseason predictions. I'm going to lose 8.5 under Josh McDaniels stinks, Mike Vrabel's on. All those things I'm wrong about. But watching this week in and week out, this is a big one. Josh McDaniels talked about it this week as well. And I just think there's a lot of numbers here, and I'll give you them all. But really, the nuts and bolts of Patriots Bucs is Ramondre Stevenson and Kayshon Boutte will not play this week. Say what you want, but Ramondre Stevenson's a great blocker, and Kayshon Boutte, when he came out of the game last week, the offense sputtered. How do they now play on the road with a different outside receiver at X and Travion Henderson, Jennings, whatever? How does it work on the road? Again, the Patriots 4-0 this year on the road. For the Bucs side of things, no Godwin, no Bucky Irvin, no Hakeem Reddick. So I've given you numbers on Todd Bowles, 1-8 lifetime versus the New England Patriots. If you look at him versus Mike Vrabel, he's 1-1. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers off a bye are 1-2. Off a bye is Todd Bowles. 1-2 with the Bucs, 1-3 with the Jets. That's 2-5 overall. And if you really want to dig into it, he's 3-8 as a defensive coordinator. I think Drake May could have some struggles on the road this week against that Tampa Bay Buccaneers defense. Bucs defense, last 3 games, they've sacked the quarterback 15 times. And Drake May's been sacked 17 over the last 3 games. But just to back up some of those things regarding the Bucs, 6 of those sacks were against the 49ers. 4 of them were the Lions. 5 were the Saints. In their last 4 games, the Bucs defense has forced 10 turnovers. 2 versus the Seahawks, 2 versus the 49ers, 2 versus the Lions, 4 versus the Saints. 3 out of 4 of those quarterbacks, or if you want to say half of them, are very good. In the Bucs' last 3 games, where else do we have it? I got a lot of numbers on them. I'm probably going to bore you to death with them. But in the Bucs' last 4 games overall, they forced 10 turnovers. That's big. So sacks, turnovers, what are Drake May's biggest issues? Sacks and turnovers. And when it comes to those stats, okay, last year Drake May was sacked 9% of his dropbacks. 34 sacks, 372 dropbacks. This year he's been sacked 11% of them. 34 sacks and 289 this year. He has the second highest percentage in the NFL this season behind Lamar Jackson's 12. So he's getting sacked at a rate of Lamar Jackson. So when you look at quarterbacks this year that have been sacked in more than 10% of their dropbacks, yeah, you got Lamar and Drake, but the other ones are Cam Ward, rookie, Justin Fields, runner, Jalen Hurts, Brissett, Wentz. Last year, May had the 5th highest sack percentage in the league. And just these are some of the names when you think about where they're at this year or last year. Deshaun Watson, Will Levis, woof. Jalen Hurts, Caleb Williams, Drake May. Like, he is in that category. But the worst of them all, Lamar Jackson, 32nd in the league. That's where he's trending. Drake May has been sacked 3 times or more in 13 career starts. Or in 13 starts in his career. He's 5-8 in those games. He's thrown at least 1 interception in 9 of those 13 starts. Joe Math, 69%. Nice. He's lost a fumble in 7 of those 13. He's committed multiple turnovers in 6 of those 13 games. So when sacked 3 times or more, he's more likely to have a fumble or multiple turnovers. When he's sacked 2 or fewer times, he's 5-3. He has thrown an interception in 3 of those starts, and he's lost a fumble in 1 of the 8 of those starts. But he's committed multiple turnovers only 1 time in those starts. So generally, Drake May doesn't turn it over multiple times. The team's very successful. Have we talked much about the Patriots' defense this week? The Patriots have the worst red zone defense in the NFL. They allow opponents to score a touchdown on 75% of their red zone trips. What? What a weakness. Like, think about the defense, right? They're number 4 in the NFL in scoring defense. They're number 1 in rushing defense and yards allowed. And they're number 1 on 3rd and 4th downs. Yet, the worst in the red zone in the NFL, 75. So if you just get down there, you'll score 3 out of 4 times? Holy smokes. Not good, everybody. On the year, the Patriots have allowed 15 touchdowns in 20 opponent trips inside the red zone. Woof. It's worst in the league. One other thing I wanted to bring up before we get out of here on the Patriots. The Patriots will need to get off to a fast start. Tampa Bay this year, 5-0 in games when they've committed a halftime lead or when they have a halftime lead. They're 1-0 when they're tied at halftime. But when they trail at halftime this year, they're 0-2. I think that's where the Patriots have to capitalize this week. Fast starts. Get out to a fast start. Eliminate the running game from the Bucs because they're going to have Rashad White again. Eliminate the running game. And I think Baker Mayfield can move. He can move. But I think you can defend it. I think he can. Overall, though, I feel that coming off that bye, being well rested, being undermanned, hearing about the Patriots going on the road, preparing for their short week coming up as well with the Jets on a look ahead. I just wanted to bring the same scenario up last night. Okay, and it's different a little bit. But the Broncos hosted the Raiders last night. Divisional game. Okay? Last night should have been the Raiders. If you're going to bet the game, it should have been the Raiders. You know why? Because Denver has Kansas City on the look ahead. Didn't it play out that way? It played out that way. Now, I know it's easy to say, come on, Joe, the Jets stink. Why would the Patriots be looking ahead to the Jets? Blah, 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 blah. I think they are looking at the Bucs. I think they also see that the Bucs can be a challenge. I think they want to meet that challenge. It's hard to win games like this in the NFL. Can they beat the Bucs? Absolutely. You know, the Bucs without 2 of their starting wide receivers is huge, but the Patriots are missing one of them. Both teams are missing their starting running back. So this is going to come down to the quarterbacks. This is going to come down to the coaching. All the intangibles, this game's going to come down to. Mike Vrabel, Drake May, they've met it. And Baker Mayfield has too. That's just why I think it's going to be another challenging game for the Patriots this week. If they're going to lose one, I think this is the one. If they lose this week, they play the Jets on a short week, they take care of business, and then they're on to Cincinnati. Get it? They'll probably have Booty and Ramondre Stevenson back then, and if they stay healthy, they'll be on a huge run to the playoffs. They win this week, though. Let's ramp up those MVP chants. Coach of the year, AFC champion. That's all on the table this week. It's all on the table. I just think this is the bad spot for the Patriots. So you can blame me and say, Joe, see, they beat the Bucs. I will tip my cap. I gave you the reasons why the Patriots can win the game. They can get out to a fast start, and their defense can take over and take away the running game. But I just think those sack numbers and what their defense is doing, those are the things that frustrate Drake May. And I think the Bucs can do that at home. Shorthanded, undermanned. I think they can do that this week. But this is why they play the games. So Patriots right now, 2.5-point underdogs. We'll see what happens before kickoff for that one.